money to Ukraine anyway. I don't know.
Cocaine Mitch. Look it up. He was taking the podium at a presser outside of wherever today. That's not really the point.
Swamp.
The point rising from the crypt. The point is, he was there to speak and everybody's standing there. And let's count, I think it was 13 seconds of him not speaking and not realizing where he was before multiple people started noticing something was wrong. Mr. McConnell, you've been standing here for about 15 seconds and haven't said anything. I think it's one of those instances where he's either about to faint, like a whiteout. I don't know if you ever fainted, Eric, from dehydration or anything. I have. I remember this time in high school.
Are you going to tell the story of you fainting right now?
What's wrong with that? You want to see the rest?
Yeah.
Still doesn't know where he is. Then afterwards, Eric, he comes back and they ask him what happened, and he just said, "I'm fine." Thoughts?
Well, these are the people. These are the people that are running the country. These are the people who are making decisions for us, right? So Joe Biden can't put together a sentence. Kamala Harris with the word salad. AOC's a commie. Bernie's a commie, but he, has 4 houses and constantly bows to the Democratic establishment after pretending he's going to stand up against them. Then you have guys like this on the opposite side. There's no reason. Do we know how old he is? I don't want to make any snap judgments.
I'm gonna guess 78, but we'll find out immediately.
And we're gonna harken back to an old episode. I got in trouble.
81.
Oh, boom, perfect. I got in trouble for saying on Instagram that posing the question to people on Instagram, what other profession, what other job do you assume the most well-fit candidate is going to be in their 70s? People typically retire between 60 and 70. So besides president, give me one other profession, one other job where the best person for that job is that old. And a lot of like older people, a lot of boomers were mad at me, but they didn't answer the question. And this is what we get is some old guy who's clearly past his prime, right? The expiration date has passed. The milk's gone bad, as some might say. And now I'm not, obviously, like you say, we wish the best for everybody. But is there anybody who actually thinks that this person is going to be sharp in decision making? But it doesn't matter because their decisions aren't about us. Their decisions are about lining their pockets. And here we are.
Well, I would just like to point out that this is yet another politician who doesn't know where they are. You have to hope that they're a businessman of some point. Some businessman who's good but doesn't retire, even though his family, Grandpa, we miss you. We want you to come home. You're sleeping with prostitutes who are 28 years old every weekend. That's the best you hope you can get. May or may not be the 45th president of the United States. Well, with Joe Biden, Mitch McConnell, as you said, Nancy Pelosi's insane and probably drinking a lot. Maxine Waters in this restaurant, and then Bernie Sanders. Like, you can really go down a list, Eric. You can really go down a list of insanity from top to bottom. I wager you get like 25 deep, and if you actually knew like who House Representative or Senator from West Virginia or Wyoming is, I'm sure there's some characters on that list too. And then you get Mormons and all this other stuff. Mayor Pete's in the government. All these people, Eric, and you're right. I personally would probably throw my hat in with like 5 or 6 of them across the board when we're combining like senators, congressmen, and House members like that. 5 or 6 of them where I go, yeah, I haven't heard that person say something that's completely batshit crazy before. I haven't heard that person say something where it makes me want to kill myself. That's how few people there are in the government that you can trust and throw your hat on. And in Canada, it's 0 people, by the way. And I'm sure it's like that in England. Maybe there's 2 or 3 jolly old fellows in England who are just classy old Brits. But when Mitch McConnell stands there for 15 seconds and doesn't realize that that's happened, it's time to go. 83, there's different 83s, as Trump points out. There's different 75s.
Well, we
You
have
know,
RFK.
with
He's super.
testosterone.
He's super hot, smoking.
RFK's super hot for his age. There's testosterone replacement. There's human growth hormones. There's stem cells. So every age is different. These days especially. But it's time to go, Mitch McConnell. Nobody really is a fan of you anyways. Your family needs you. Please come back to them while you can still operate, and then you tell them I'm fine. This is an old man who's in denial. I don't know if you have any old men in your family like that. When I was a kid, my dad cut his leg open with a table saw and he said, I'm fine. I'll stitch it up myself. Forced him to go to the hospital. Then that reverts to, I'll take the stitches out myself because I'm fine. This is how old men work sometimes, and sometimes you just got to kick them out.
Turn it up, Jordan.